Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Roland and I'm your tutor. In this particular video, we'll be talking about English language. We'll start off by talking about the noun and how it works. So the noun is a naming word. It's the foundation basically of English and pretty much most languages, to be honest. The noun is a job word, so it names things. It can name a place, a person, a thing, and it cannot describe an action or name an action, etc. It's purely about naming an object. So a name kind of could be an object. It's kind of abstract object. So you talk about names, things, or persons. For instance, you can talk about a pen, a dog, or for instance, a proper noun, which is known as London. So London would be a proper noun. It's an example. Let's say, this is my pen. I have a dog. I live in London. I have a great dog. Now, great would be something else. It's known as an adjective, but the word dog would be a noun. She is from London. So London would be your noun in this particular case. Let's put that in a nice big bubble. And just make note of those rules. So let's move on. Let's talk about the pronoun. What's a pronoun? Can you remember it? Have you ever done it before? If not, don't worry, here we go. So the pronoun replaces a noun. What? How does that mean? Well, let's look at a couple of examples. Let's say I, you, me. Notice the pattern? He, she, they. These are pronouns. They're like nouns, but they're kind of more abstract than a noun. Okay? So the word like I'd usually use my name. I'd say I am Roland, but in this particular case I've used I. Now Roland would be a noun, and I would be the pronoun, which would replace my name. So Tara is Indian would be a noun with a descriptive verb for Indian. She is beautiful. She would be a pronoun. And beautiful would be the adjective. Generally speaking, a pronoun comes before an adjective, but we'll get into that in later videos. Now let's look at an adjective. We've discussed this in the previous two, nouns and pronouns. So what is an adjective? If you're an English speaker, you'll know exactly what an adjective is, but if you're not, or if you just want to revise, an adjective describes a noun or a pronoun. So let's look at it. The number 100, some in terms of a number like a few or many, good, big, beautiful, large, round, shining, dark, bright. These are examples of adjectives. Now my dog is big. Dog is a noun. Now big is the adjective for the noun. I wish that I had 100 Dalmatians. Alright, Dalmatians is a bit long, so I'm just writing dogs. So I wish is a verb. I would be your pronoun. 100 would be your adjective, and dogs would be your nouns. Now let's look at the verb. We looked at this in the previous example when I said wish. So a verb shows action. Alright, it shows action or a state. So happiness would be a state. I'm happy. Now you could say to be or not to be. That is the question. Good quote from Shakespeare. Have, sing, like, run, blissful. These are forms of verbs. Now thinkbrainwave.com is a great website for videos like this. There we go. Let's have a look at this further. Let's elaborate. I really like it, for instance. I like, the word like is a verb. It is a noun and I is a pronoun. There we go. Let's put a nice bubble around that. And now let's talk about an adverb. So we talked about an adjective and we talked about a verb. Now let's talk about an adverb, because an adverb is a descriptive verb or word that describes a verb. So it modifies the verb and gives it some sort of shape and form. Let's look at that. Let's look at a couple of examples. These are adjectives that describe verbs. They're specific to verbs. Make sure to remember that one. Let's do a couple of examples. An adverb would be, for instance, running quickly, swimming slowly, jumping highly, jumping high, silently, walking. Walking would be your verb, silently would be your adverb. My friend eats quickly or eats like a pig. It's up to you. An adverb just describes the verb. Make sure to remember that. Alright? Let's look at this one. He steps awkwardly out of the door. Or he steps away silently. Easy game.